Alright, you guys, this is Just Listen with me, Lindsay Parks, and lately I've been thinking about survival. Now, everybody loves those shows, those survival shows, like with Bear Grylls and Survivorman, and the newest one, Naked and Afraid. But let me just set the record straight and say that Bear Grylls is far superior to Survivorman, because Bear Grylls is going to get me out of whatever shitty situation I'm in. Survivorman is just teaching me how to survive in it. Guess what, Survivorman? I don't want to fucking live in the tundra. I'm not ready to plant roots in the fucking jungle. Alright, now that I've got that out of the way, Naked and Afraid is a super awesome show. The one with the swamp, oh my god. Fuck that. Mostly because fuck snakes. Now, I'm not afraid of snakes. I just don't agree with their entire existence. Now, one of the episodes of Naked and Afraid had a chick who lived in Hawaii, and they put her on a deserted island. That's just like Home 2.0 for her. Now, I think the reason we watch these shows is because we all think, yeah, I could do that. I could survive that shit. Well, guess what? I'm gonna tell you a harsh truth here. And the truth is, no way would you survive that shit. No fucking way would you, with your fat ass / weak ass, is gonna survive in the fucking jungle or just the desert or some terrible situation. Most people are gonna die. But I'm not. I'm not gonna die, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because I'm an asshole. And we all know that assholes live forever. They live forever so they can make everyone else's lives just terrible. We serve a purpose. Now, if you do know what I look like, totally disregard how I look. Let me reassure you that I would survive a deserted island situation. Now, if you don't know what I look like, let me reassure you that I look like I'm capable of ripping a deserted island a new asshole with just my pinkies. Now, like I mentioned before, out of all of these shows, Naked and Afraid really is the best survival show out there. Because it's more real than British super agent Bear Grylls out there. Or, Survivorman. He has a beard, so he's gonna make it. It's more real people, but those people are always like in the military or they have some sort of survival skills. I'm talking about real people. Just regular people aren't gonna survive this shit. Like, I say I would survive, but I probably wouldn't. But if I was in that situation, sure, I know how to make a fire. In theory, I've seen it done with 2 sticks and some flints and some sparks and they're blowing on it and shit. But I've never practiced it. If you put me in a situation and told me how to make a fire, probably not gonna have a fire made. I'm just saying. Alright, let's say you do end up on a deserted island, completely alone. See, what happens sometimes is people, they sort of just give up. They decide, this not so much. And then they just sort of decide that they don't want to try anymore. And then they die like 2 days later. This is when you owe it to yourself to survive. You owe it to yourself to survive. Not your family, not your friends. This is how I see it. You can either sit on an island or you can swim to 20 G's. Where did I get that mystical figure of 20 G's? Alright, here's what I'm thinking. You swim, you make it back, boom. You get to do talk shows, lectures, probably give inspirational speeches at conventions or something. You're guaranteed at least 1 book, maybe 2. And if your story is really fucked up, you'll get a movie deal, which more than makes up for whatever emotional trauma you probably went through on that shitty ass island. Alright, let's get more specific here. Let's say me, Lindsay, I'm on an island. I'm alone. I'm gonna make it back because I'm gonna come back and go, oh, what the fuck, you guys? There's only a limited amount of landmass in the world. You couldn't fucking find me? How long did you look before you gave up? How many days was I worth looking for? What a bunch of dicks you are. And now I'm just gonna be hanging around, waiting for people to complain about stuff. So then I can jump in and be like, oh yeah, I was on a deserted island for fucking 3 months. And I swam back to civilization. I'm sorry that your job isn't so great. I want to be that asshole. I'm talking about taking my asshole game up a whole nother level. Now, I'm completely alone. I gotta survive on my own. This is on me. Family isn't here, so, that's a plus. God's not real, so he can't help me. So I gotta handle this. Now, I'm not gonna swim to the 20 G's right away. I'm gonna enjoy this sort of vacation, because it is a vacation, except, you can't leave yet, because I probably ended up on this island because a cruise ship I was on probably went down, because they're going down all the fucking time, and I don't know why I was on a cruise ship in the first place, because I consider cruise ships like being trapped on vacation. So I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna enjoy it a little bit before I, try to make my way back to real life. Alright, let's talk food situation on this deserted island. Now, I live in Arkansas. I'm from Arkansas, but I've never been fishing. I'm never good at a fish. I've never done any weird shit with fish. I don't know. I hardly ever eat fish, and when I do, it's sushi. Now, every movie and TV show I've ever seen, everyone is somehow a fucking expert on preparing fish. That's not real life. So, I imagine I'm just going to drink coconut milk for a while, and when I finally break down, I'm going to actually try to catch a fish. Now, when I actually make a spear or whatever, this is how I imagine it going. I'm going to get in that water, I'm going to stab a fish, I'm going to be really proud of myself for like 3 seconds, and then I'm going to look at that. Fish is just black-eyed, just flopping around on the stick, bleeding everywhere, and then I'm going to freak out, I'm going to throw it back in the water on my spear, and then guess what? Its bloody carcass is just sinking down in there. Oh, hello, open invitation to sharks. Now I've lost food and my spear. I guess I'll try this again in a few more days. I fucked up. Alright, so when I actually do stab one and don't throw it back in like a wuss, I probably didn't get that fire started. So it's going to be sushi for me, which probably means mercury poisoning along with omega-3s. Now, so sushi for me. And I'm just going to completely skip out on berries and mushrooms because, that's just bad. You're going to fucking die, or you're going to trip really hard. And some people might think that that's cool to be tripping on a deserted island, but fuck no, you're on there alone. I mean, shit's going to get too real. You're going to have a bad trip. So, fuck berries and mushrooms. Now, I thought of a way to introduce a new food source on the deserted island that's not coconuts or fish or, berries and mushrooms if you're feeling fucking crazy. But, to add some variety in the mix, I thought of something. But it only works if you're not on the island alone. You need someone of the opposite sex. You need at least one guy and one girl. Now, you may see where I'm going with this, but if not, hold on. I'll get you there. Alright, so basically, 2 people are on an island. They're gonna fuck. It's essentially a prison, so yeah, they're gonna fuck. I don't care if both the people are super gay. They're gonna fuck. But then, it's gonna be a hate fuck. But it's gonna be a fuck nonetheless. And guess what? And in 9 months, a new course has been added to the menu. Alright, I might have just lost some of you on that, but look. You may be thinking, Lindsay, are you talking about cannibalism? Yes. Okay, look. What's people's major problem with cannibalism? We don't want to eat someone that we know. We don't even want to eat somebody that we vaguely recognize. Like, oh man, I've seen that guy at the post office. I can't eat that guy. But look. After that 9 months and that baby's here, you don't know that baby. You don't know shit about that baby. You don't know about that baby's dislikes. It's a new person. It's food. And look, as far as the island hierarchy goes, That baby's on the bottom of the barrel, alright? It's not contributing anything. As far as I'm concerned, it's a medium-sized parasite leeching away in an area that already has a limited food source. And guess what? That baby's bones are still forming. There are a lot of rocks on this island. And I'm just saying, it'd be so fucking easy to just kill one of those rocks, just burn, and it would be delicious. And boom, after you have your meat intake, then you can swim to that 20 G's and be on your way. Have a good life. Yo, this is Lindsay Parks, and I'm just talking about survival.